Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Carla from Rehan Allahwala's World of Connections. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Mariam Allahwala, the middle young lady in the family of the Allahwalas. And she just got an award for her knowledge in math. And she's actually teaching math to some of her co-students in her school. And we're going to find out about that and what she's been doing. And I'm just excited to hear all of this happening with Mariam. We haven't spoken in a long time, so we're actually doing a catch-up interview. Having said that, I want to remind you that this show is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace one conversation at a time. And Mariam, I know I gave you an introduction, but I want you to introduce yourself, please.
Of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Mariam Allahwala, and I am 16 years old. I am still completing my O-levels, and I love baking almost, and I'm starting to like selling my cakes as well, and just a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, and I love maths. I do.
Well, you know, baking and math go very much together.
Yes, and that has always excited me a lot. And because, those fractions, which I just, used to write, but I actually understood it. And I had difficulty explaining it to my other friends, that how it is a quarter and 3/4, but I understood it because, I've always used it in baking and everything. It's always been fun. Yeah, dividing stuff and everything.
Did I actually hear that you are 16 now?
Yes, I will be 17 in a couple of months.
Oh my gosh. It's hard to believe that that it's been that long since we've known each other.
It has.
4 years.
4 years, I think.
A little over 4 years. Do you remember our first interview? The very first time we ever spoke, what you did to me?
I don't know what I did to you, but I believe it was in 2016.
Between you and Mikhail, I had no idea what to expect because both of you did not want to talk. And every time I asked a question, it was, I don't know. I can't talk about this. So I always get nervous when I speak to you guys. So for almost 4.5 years now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. The other day, or a few weeks ago, I found the interview that we did when I decided to do the kids show. Tell me do you remember that at all?
I actually don't.
I remember your father calling me and saying, hey, I want to talk to you online and I want to introduce you. And I said, fine, let's do it. And then all of a sudden he said, and Mariam's here to talk to you. And I thought, oh my gosh, another I don't know conversation. But in the 4 years, you've grown up quite a bit.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you really enjoy doing now?
Now?
Yeah. We're talking about then, even you would say I'd ask you about baking and you would say, yeah, I like it, but everything was, I like it, but.
But yeah. So I'm, as I said, I'm starting to like selling my baked goods, but that's because I'm getting a bit interested in earning money, because it's nice to earn money, because I sort of, have something that I can spend. Like it's mine, and I like that. Just do.
why,
I'm but, sorry,
why do you like it?
because it feels like I'm not really independent, but somehow just a little feeling of independency. Like, it's something I earned, and you know, kind of feel good about it.
You should. So how many cakes are you selling now?
So I, after my exams, I was taking a break. For 6 months, I decided I will not study and I will not do anything. I'm just gonna, stay at home and watch my shows or do whatever I want. But so it's been 2 or 3 months, I think. So in that period, I started um, selling some of my. So I started selling banana breads mostly, and cinnamon rolls.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, so I was selling like one per week or two in a week, and that was good enough because I made enough profit and I was happy with it. But but now that I am starting this internship at my school, so I'm not baking stuff a lot as often. So I'm not selling it. But yeah, the main purpose I was baking was to earn money, and I'm doing it anyways. So I don't have to bake anymore.
well, tell me a little about your internship.
Okay, so I started an internship at my own the school I studied in, and it's only been a week. I'm teaching maths to two O-level students, and maths and English to another student who will in a few years go for O-levels as well. But so yeah, I like teaching. I like studying maths a lot, and teaching it is also fun because I get to learn a lot from that, and I get to um, learn the concepts better and revise everything. And teaching English, honestly, it's not that fun because it's mostly just writing and reading, and I'm really, me, I don't like doing that, all of that, and I still don't enjoy it. But but fortunately, the student I'm teaching English to is, she just loves reading and writing. So if I just give her a topic and she can write on it as much as you want, so it's easy for me. I don't have to work too hard.
How long are your classes?
Yeah, so it's very easy. I only go 3 days a week, and I have about 3.5 hours of classes per day. That's all. And yeah.
So when you're doing that, um, are you still going to school and doing some studying or no?
No. So my whole class actually graduated from school this year, um, which would be 3 months ago. And because I still had a few papers left, so my O levels isn't actually completed, but I left school because what's the point? My class was finished, and yeah, I just need a chance to stop studying. So I stopped, and so I'm not studying anymore. I will have to because my mother keeps insisting that I at least have to complete my O levels. But Yeah, I study, but I'm not studying right now. Just teaching.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
very interesting because would you be going to high school, our high school, as I would think, if you were to continue, or what level are you on now?
So I'm not too sure what level high school is, but over here, after O levels, you go for A levels. And um, so once I complete my O levels, I can go for A levels, but that's just more studying. And why should I do that? I can, but for that, I have to complete my O levels at least before June to 2022, and then I can go for college and go for the further studies, but I'm not much interested in that.
So you told me that you are exploring your passions. Your passion seems to be math, and it seems to be baking. Now, it appears from how I understand it, you have time to do some baking now. Am I right or wrong?
So I do have time, but I decided not to because it just I used to love cooking, but I'm not as passionate about it as I used to be. So I can bake, but I, I don't do it a lot.
Have you, when was the last time you did some baking?
That would be two 2 weeks or
Oh,
maybe more. Uh, yeah, could be 2 weeks.
now do you kind of miss earning the money you were earning? What
No, actually,
happened? Come back.
sorry. Yeah. So, no, actually, because as I said, I don't have to bake to earn money because I'm doing this internship, which is paid. So,
Oh,
yeah.
so are
So I
you,
don't have to be baking
I
anymore.
I don't want you to tell me how much, but are you being paid a reasonable amount in
It's
the,
very reasonable for me. I mean, I'm just an O-level student who is still doing her O-levels, and I think the pay is very, very good to
very
me.
good? Yeah, and that's all that matters. That's why I said,
Exactly.
don't tell me the amount. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
So, in your spare time, you've decided you didn't want to bake. You decided that you are going to teach math and English. How long do you spend preparing for your lessons?
So I haven't really had to prepare a lot. Mm,
Yeah.
So the most of the preparation I do is in school when I have like an hour left every day. Each day I go to school. So if I do need some preparation to do, I just do it over there, and then I'm free. But maybe moving forward with it, I will have to work harder because the two students who I'm teaching O-levels maths to will be appearing for their exams in May, and it's a big syllabus. So yeah, we're gonna have to work pretty hard.
So, are these students you're working with students who have had some learning issues that you're helping them get through?
No, no, no. I'm the only maths teacher they have basically. Like they they were studying in my school, but this year my school just doesn't have the class 11 which they are in, so they are basically being tutored by me for
Oh,
their
wow. Now, why doesn't the school have that grade in?
because there were only two students.
Excuse me, say that again.
because there were only 2 students for that grade.
Oh, okay. And what about your English student? Is he or she also in a grade that there aren't that many students?
No, actually, she's in grade 6, but she's just a little behind um, for her age somehow. I mean, so she's also somehow sort of being taking tuitions from my school, and I'm teaching her for that. So she's not actually studying with the school curriculum and everything.
What?
I don't know how to explain it. But yeah.
It's more you're giving her support.
No, for her too. It's only me teaching her English and maths. I'm her teacher, but this is her school, but she doesn't really go to school other than this.
I understand. So she has a special class and you're one of the teachers.
Yes.
And what kind of assignments do you give her for English?
So she likes writing essays, and she likes reading. So what I am planning to do is to give her one chapter from a book. There's one book that we're reading, and one chapter before every class, and we will just review it, and she can tell me like a story what she read and what she understood, and then maybe she can write a small summary or just a review on how she liked it or not, and then we can proceed with the rest of the class, which would be maybe an essay or a comprehension, something like that.
Now, do you speak to her in English when you're teaching English, or do you do Urdu?
I don't, but I should. Yeah,
That,
I should, yeah.
that's what I don't understand in your school system, because when you grow up or when you're a baby and you learn before you learn to read and write, you learn to speak. And then a few years later, you're in first grade and you're learning to read. And then a year later, you begin writing. So I don't understand why you guys don't speak in English.
Yeah, see, because we're actually in the school systems, we're just preparing the students, even me, for the exams, and we don't really have to speak in English in the exams. So they just focus on the reading and writing. But yes, for the rest of the life, you do need to learn how to speak in English too. So when I was studying, my English teacher only spoke in English, so we had to speak in English. So yeah, maybe I should do that too. I will. Thank you.
By doing that, it's going to be easier for her to learn to read and write.
Right.
And another thing you may want to try, because I used to do this with my students all the time, have her draw a picture and then write about the picture.
That's a good idea.
And read it back to her, read it back to you.
Okay. I should take notes actually.
Hey, your dad will get mad if I'm doing all the talking. But these are ways that you can really teach. And that's more practical than just sitting there and saying, okay, you're going to read in English right now. Because that doesn't make much sense yet.
Right.
And I don't understand why it's taught that way. Do you have any inkling on that?
taught which way? I mean, just like they don't teach you how to speak in
Right.
English? Yeah, it's because, as I said, they're just aiming for good grades in their exams.
Right.
And, you don't have to speak in English for those. Yeah.
Look at your English and how
That's
beautiful
because of,
it is.
that's because of you.
It's not only me. You've been in the States a few times. You have family who speaks. Well, do you speak English in the house? I have no idea.
I don't. I mean, yeah, actually now, because my youngest sister, Mashal, she spends all of her time on a laptop or a device. And even in her school, they only speak in English, actually. So to her, we are often speaking English, and we don't really like that because we want her to speak in Urdu as well. So she only speaks in English now.
I agree.
Yeah, because now that's becoming a bit problematic, because we do want her to speak fluently in English, but we also want her to learn in Urdu, and that's getting a bit difficult now.
Well, she
But
needs to know Urdu. That's for
yeah, but it's also that she will eventually learn, because she's living over here. She'll have to speak in Urdu.
right. She doesn't live here. There's no reason. I mean, it's great that she can do it. She should come to the show.
She should.
We can't get her there, but I would love to have her come with.
I can actually try. I'll try tomorrow.
How
I'm gonna.
old is she now?
Sorry, she is 6.
It's hard to believe that you guys have grown up, that I've even been around for that. Wow.
Yeah.
I, it, boy. So, what else are you doing in your time of freedom now that you are a girl of freedom?
Well, mm, I'm doing what I love. I watch Netflix all day and I sleep as much as I want. I love that.
And
And I try to spend some time with my friends, but they're all busy. So it's
what are
fine.
they busy with? Are they going to school or?
Yeah, some are going to school. My friends are actually a bit older than me. So one is actually married. Uh, one is teach, or she's also working in a school. Um, the rest are studying, and they're doing A levels now.
Wow.
So they're all busy with all that.
So, what are you watching on Netflix? I know you watch the show Friends, but besides Friends, what do you watch?
So actually, just today I finished watching Big Bang Theory, and I absolutely love it. It's a genuinely funny show.
What do you like about it?
So I was learning a few things in it, and I'm sure I don't even remember it now. But it's so I only compare shows to Friends, and I felt like, because I've watched Friends so many times, and there's nothing really much to learn in it. But Big Bang Theory, it's like, there are scientists and they're talking about it, and Avengers and Star Wars. I'm not into all of that, but because of that, I'm getting like, it's just a bit interested in it. So it was nice.
Now, what's your favorite thing in Friends? Not Friends, I mean, The Big Bang Theory. I haven't watched it in a long time, actually.
My favorite part.
Who do you like most there?
I actually like Sheldon a lot.
Sheldon is the real nerd, beyond
Yeah.
nerd. What do you like about Sheldon?
I don't know. I think he's a very, very sweet person, even though he doesn't seem like it a lot. But, he is. And it's just really nice.
Tell me
And
more.
I also like Jim Parsons in real life a lot. I've watched, because I was watching the show, I was also watching a few interviews and everything. And I started liking Jim Parsons. Just, I just liked him. And that's also why I like Sheldon a bit. But Sheldon is so sweet. I just love it.
Now tell me a little about Jim Parsons, because I don't know him at all.
Actually don't know a lot about him. But, I want to say his dressing style, but that may not be a very valid point. But I like his fashion sense a bit. And, okay, in the way. So he talks very similar to, of course, he is Sheldon, but his way of talking is pretty similar to Sheldon, actually. He doesn't speak, in the interviews at least, he doesn't really speak a lot. But when he does speak, he's funny and kind of sweet, you know.
Why do you think Sheldon's sweet? Can you give me an example that made you think, oh, this guy is really sweet?
Mm. I think he's sweet because when he's obviously when he's being a bit mean to everyone else, or a bit selfish in some ways, he doesn't actually realize it. And then when he does, he's like, he kind of accepts it, and he's so sorry about it. And then he loves Leonard so much, and his friends. um I don't I can't really explain it.
But that's fine. And what else do you really love doing? Or another show?
um, I
I know you love Friends, and I'm wondering why you love Friends.
Yeah, I do love Friends, but I also really like Crown. I haven't watched the last two seasons though, but the the season in the beginning, I don't know. Have you watched it?
No, tell me about it.
It's actually on Queen Elizabeth's life when she becomes queen, and how she manages everything, and how she has to mold herself into being queen. And it's I've always really liked the way British speak English, their accent, and it's so elegant and everything. It's it has always amused me in some way, and so I like that. And yeah, the way she dresses and everything. It's a really sweet, nice show. It's also funny somewhere. I like.
How are you feeling about animals these days?
About what?
Animals. I remember
Animal.
you didn't want to come to my house because of my cat.
Yeah, I still wouldn't. I'm still not a fan. I mean, So there was this stray cat, actually baby, actually a kitten, and my sadhai and mm, my other siblings just adopted the cat, and they've been taking care of. We're still confused if it's a her or a him, but we're she lives here, and so she it's a whole adventure actually, because Mashal used to love cats and animals, but now all of a sudden she's like terrified of them. So she won't go out if the cat is outside, and we literally have to carry her outside. Like, you lift her up and then you make her sit in the car, and only then will she go out, and or else she won't. So she's terrified of them, and so am I. Yeah, still not a fan.
Michelle, who tells people off is afraid of a cat.
She's afraid of all animals, actually, even a tiny little insect.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it just happened all of a sudden. I think maybe she just watched some weird YouTube video, and and obviously I don't know what she watched, but it could be related to that.
But trying to figure out Michelle could be a very interesting project.
Of course.
Don't get me wrong, I really like her, but I see it being a little interesting. How's Mikhail doing?
Good. He's growing his hair. Um, he he wants it to be long.
I
So
think
sorry.
I think I saw a picture of him with longer hair.
Yeah, so he makes a ponytail everywhere, and he has a headband, and it's fun to watch. And we're the opposites. I want my hair to be as short as possible, and he's growing them.
Yeah, I remember that discussion about that. But that's how you get along like you, because you're opposites and actually you do love each other, but it doesn't, it's like, we need to
Mm.
fight it through.
Yeah, I think when we're a little older, like even more older, then maybe we may get along, but not yet.
I know what that's like. And you may always you'll love each other, but it may be something 10 minutes is enough. I need to move. And I know that Abdullah and Momina and Saad are all in Turkey. Do you miss?
Yeah. Not really. I mean, it's fine. It hasn't been that long.
Are they there for a while or?
It's been a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
No.
Anything you'd like to leave our audience with?
I wish I had something, but I don't.
You have plenty. I learned things about you that I never knew before. And I'm so glad we had a chance to talk.
So am I.
Please come tomorrow if you can.
I will try. I will. I'll bring Mashal actually.
I would love Michelle to come. There was a time that she liked talking to me. I think
Yeah. Maybe she'll remember you again.
I think I'm forgotten. It's been a while.
You never know.
Never know. I want to thank you, Mariam, for talking to me tonight. And I'm so glad we did get to talk. Any last words?
Goodbye.
Okay, so let me end the show and tell everyone that I will be back with more interviews. And remember, this show, like all of my shows, is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace, one conversation at a time. And let's wave goodbye, Mariam. Bye, everyone.